now that brings us to our final of the year here, Shane, wrapping up our 2024 positional previews here with the defensive backs. And these are the top 5 defensive backs that we think will declare for the NFL draft. And spoiler alert, probably not going to be any safeties talked about.
It's a good safety class, just not elite safety class.
Yeah, it's good, not great.
Yeah, it has depth. It'll be some good top 100 guys, but no one is going to beat out the top corners here.
Think that he's going to be the top corner right now. I don't know that he ends up there by the end of it, but he's been the number 1 corner since the start, and he has the special teams value, although Alabama hasn't used him there recently for some reason.
And it's been rough out there for him this year. So.
Yeah, so I'm going with Kool-Aid McKinstry as corner 1 here in this class. 6 foot, 180, great speed. There's some questions about whether he's even the best corner on his team. I think we both agree that he is. He's still really good and a potential top 10 pick.
He's locking guys down. I think that's the thing, is it's easy to say, oh, is he that good, when you're watching film and they're passing at the other guy who we'll talk about later in this segment. But oftentimes the guy's not getting thrown to is because he's not leaving a receiver open.
To me, it's a better talent situation than like what South Carolina had last year when we talked about Cam Smith. Nobody threw at Cam Smith. They threw at Darius Rush. So Darius Rush's stock elevated because of that play, because he was able to do it. But like I said, the talent between these two much higher than Cam Smith and Darius Rush, obviously.
Yeah, there's a reason Kool-Aid McKinstry as a 5-star recruit started almost immediately at Alabama. The punt returning has been rough this year. He doesn't. If you could teach him how to catch punts, then I think he could be good at it. But he's had some fumbles that have hurt them. So I don't know if that's going to help his profile. But I do think a top 10 pick. Wait for the combine. He'll run a 4.3.
My guess is if he's a top 10 pick, they're not going to have him returning punts.
Right. Why do that?
All right. So who's your number 1 corner?
Yeah, Kool-Aid McKinstry is my number 1 too. So I think it's a pretty clear number 1 for me at this point.
All right. Number 2 on my list is a player that's been injured the last 3 weeks. And that's Cooper DeJean from Iowa. I think he's got that hybrid ability. Be a corner. Is he a safety? He's now where Kool-Aid can't field a punt. Cooper DeJean can and is very good at it. One of the best return men in the country. How's his testing going to be? We'll see. I think his agility is going to be great. Is the top end speed there? That might be what pushes him down a little bit. But for me, the position versatility, I think, depending on what kind of defense wants it, he can be a nickel. He can play outside. He can play a safety. Like I said, it's just that kind of versatility. And that could be ultimately what pushes him down the board, is because nobody knows exactly what it is, right? The tweener word used to be used for some of those guys, not really used anymore, but DeJean could fit that and that to me is kind of what happened with Derwin James when he came out, and why he kind of got pushed down to the late teens, because is he a corner? Is he a safety? Whatever.
He's my number 2 as well. If he's healthy, Brian, let me answer your question. The straight line speed. He ran a 10.6 600 meter on the Iowa track team.
Is that fast?
That is really fast. Yeah. He might be the fastest player at the combine if he's 100%. He's going to compete for that at 195 pounds. Probably slim down a little bit. That athleticism combined with, he's a pretty physical, long corner, a DB. Like, he has the arm length, he has the size, and was pretty shut down. That's why we moved him to corner. Like, why would you waste that as safety? But someone might, certain schemes might. So he's my number 2 as well.
Like I said, I think his shuttles are going to be ridiculous as well.
Yeah, very good. He's going to be that Raz is going to be pushing. He's going to be pushing.
It's going to be very, very dark green.
Yeah,
dark green. 995 Raz. Looking at that, probably so. Number 3 for me is the other Alabama corner, Terrion Arnold, and his ball skills are just off the charts this year. You've seen just how him break on the football, making plays. Like I said, he's been tested a lot. So you're going to see a lot of tape this year that's going to show you how good Terrion Arnold is. And I think he's going to end up in that 20 range in the first round. Maybe with good testing, he gets pushed up a little bit as well, depending on team needs. But I've ended up with Terrion Arnold as my number 3 corner.
He's my number 4, and I'm with you. I mean, Alabama doesn't win the Iron Bowl without Terrion Arnold, like making the plays that he made on the ball. He's someone who's not afraid to get dirty and tackle in the backfield, come up and hit a running back. Like the physicality and the ball skill combo, I mean, I really like it. My number 3 is Quinyon Mitchell, the corner from Toledo, who we've talked about. I every time I watch him, it's just, he's taken a half of the field away. Yeah, it's the MAC, but the fact that he can be this elite consistently game in, game out, like I said, almost kind of cover a whole side of the field. Teams are just looking away from him. And, when he does make a mistake, when a guy does make a catch, Quinyon Mitchell for Toledo, he's there. He's making the tackle, firm wrap-up tackler, just a great back pedal, great fundamentals. So I just like everything about it. He's my top 5, the only fourth-year player in my top 5 corners.
He's number 6 on my board, and he's just off. His ball skills, like we talked about Arnold's ball, his ball, he may have the best ones in his class, to be honest. I mean, he's that good. Level of competition is the only thing that I think brings him down just a smidge from the other guys for me.
No, I mean, it's fair, but I think the size, the athleticism, right, it's all there. So you have to be able to project that he can do it.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up like I said. It's going to end up moot probably when it's all said and done. But that's where I'm at right now. Number 4 for me, you said number 4 for you is Terrion Arnold. Number 4 for me is Georgia corner Kamari Lassiter. And he's another guy, the SEC pedigree, week in, week out, ball skills, length, size, 6 foot, 185, going to run fast. Has just stepped right in this year and not missed a beat for Georgia as a corner. And I think he ends up, like I said, late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, he's disappointed me a little bit this year. Like I expected him to be in a elite corner. I expected Kamari Lassiter maybe to be in the Kool-Aid McKinstry kind of talk. Hasn't had an interception. Like it seems to play back a little bit, and he'll make the tackle, but that's kind of been the focus. And there's been games where he's played well, been a good cover corner. He's made some key stops against Missouri that ended up winning Georgia the game. Like I see it. He's my number 7 overall corner. Probably number 6 of who I think will declare. I wish the year was better. I wish he was just more dominant than he has been.
Number 5 for me is a player who officially declared for the draft today, and a player I saw last week, and very aggressive. I'll give him that. Is Clemson cornerback Nate Wiggins, 6'2", 170, very physical player. Maybe a bit too physical at times, but he's definitely got great length and just he sees things quickly, processes very fast on the field. I like Nate Wiggins as a corner, not as a
yeah, Nate Wiggins. So Denzel Burke from Ohio State is my number 5. I don't think he's going to declare for the draft. So Nate Wiggins fills in my number 5 spot. I'm with you. I think it's there, but like you gotta figure out how to use it. Reminds me a bit. Doesn't have the numbers, but reminds me a bit of Emmanuel Forbes from last year. Now Wiggins, I think's beefed up more than Forbes ever could, but like tries to be physical, and Nate Wiggins just doesn't have that strength. And when he goes up against a strong receiver, he struggles. I think they get off the line pretty easily. He can't really jam a receiver, but he'll hit you. Like if you're not ready for it, he has the natural kind of lateral agility to get into position. I think Nate Wiggins, I think he's going to be a first-round pick. I feel like the NFL is probably going to like him maybe more than we do ultimately, but that happens with corners sometimes.